Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Cleveland Cavaliers video on how unfortunately they lost at home tonight to the Utah Jazz by 1 point. Literally 1 point against the very, very talented Utah Jazz team, might I add. Cleveland, if there's such thing as a good loss, this was textbook. This was literally textbook. Now, Cleveland, they get to 13 and 11. They're sitting just fine. 4-game winning streak heading into tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. But Utah, man, you got to give credit where it's due. Not only is Utah a phenomenal basketball team, but they have just a very talented defense. Obviously, they have a very talented offense, but their three-point shooting specifically is really what was the thorn in the Cavaliers' side tonight. I believe the Jazz made 20 for a 43-44% clip. If you're giving up 23s, it's going to be hard to compete against that offensively. But I also want to give credit to the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight for never giving up. Never giving up. There was a 15-point run in the fourth quarter led by, honestly, not really even anyone specific. It was just everyone was making shots. Lauri Markkanen was chipping in. Darius Garland was chipping in. Everybody was essentially chipping in. So Cleveland, you take this as a quote-unquote good loss and you just try and learn from it, so next time you play Utah or a team like Utah, you know exactly how to attack them. This gets me back. Actually, before we get into this video, guys, if you enjoy it, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Cleveland Cavaliers fans, I appreciate you guys so much. For real, you guys have given me 120 subscribers in the last 2 days alone. 3 straight days of 3 straight Cavaliers videos. You guys keep saying you want them, and you guys keep producing. So thank you guys so much. As long as you guys want Cavaliers videos, drop it down below in the comment section. Show some love by hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. As crazy of a goal that is, Cleveland fans, I think you guys can help me get there. So I appreciate you guys so much, and I'm going to continue making these videos because, oh my God, they're just so fun to watch. And I've talked about this in every one of my Cavs videos, so I'll try and keep this short. But geez, dude, they're so fun to watch. They're just so fun to watch, especially today's fourth quarter. Now, Cleveland, whether you want to call it a slow start or just a hot start by Utah pretty much, they controlled the majority of the quarters until the fourth quarter, and that's really where Cleveland, that's where they struck. That is definitely where they struck. They tried to get them in the fourth quarter. What's the fourth quarter? 26-18. They really tried to get them there. If they had a positive outcome in the first, second, or third quarter, the Cavaliers probably win this basketball game. And this gets me back to my original point that I've been talking about in just about every Cavaliers video I've made, where it's I think they're a piece away. I understand they're a 6th seed, they're a 7th seed, 8th seed. They're hovering around the 5 to 8 seed in the Eastern Conference right now. But what would really take this team to that next level, that next notch, is a shooter. And it's a shooter coming off the bench, especially. Now, you could put a shooter in the starting lineup because you got Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Isaac Okoro, and Lauri Markkanen. But for me, I think that's kind of the designated role I want Lauri Markkanen to have. Lauri Markkanen is not shooting the ball well this season, especially from downtown. I expect that to change. I fully expect that to change. Keep in mind, they've played, 24 games. So he's played 24 games in a new system with completely new teammates. And keep in mind, this whole Cleveland team, it's whether, they're, because of the addition of Evan Mobley as well and Lauri, you're playing with a bunch of new players, you're dealing with a bunch of injuries, and you're just kind of trying to figure it out. So I don't think Lauri Markkanen is going to have a cold shooting season. I think that's going to ramp up very shortly. So for Cleveland, I'm thinking a bench scorer. Honestly, and I'm not saying Coby White specifically, but you guys know I live here in Chicago. I'm a big Bulls fan. I'm thinking a player like Coby White. Honestly, even a player like Eric Gordon, a player like Jordan Clarkson. And if you notice, all of these championship caliber teams, all of these high-level teams, they usually have that spark off the bench, like that Tyler Hero player, that Lou Williams guy, where if you're having an off night offensively, if you're struggling to make shots, if you're struggling to make threes, whatever it is offensively, that's where you sub in the guy early in the first quarter. You bring him in, a guy like Lou Williams, like Eric Gordon, Jordan Clarkson, and he goes off and he gets 2 straight buckets for you. And just like that, the momentum is back on your side. Now, I read all of your guys' comments, first of all. But second of all, I've seen a couple of you guys recommend a Buddy Hield trade. Now, I don't know exactly how a Buddy Hield trade would work because Buddy Hield just got paid a baggie recently, so you're going to have to match up those salaries. I don't know the exact specifics of a Buddy Hield trade, but I like what people are getting at. I like the Buddy Hield idea where you're going for like a 3-point scorer. You're going for the shooter. I know that the Cavaliers have Dylan Windler. They don't play him much. And Cedi Osman, he's really, even if, like, what did he go tonight statistically? 4 of 7, 2 of 5 from the field, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Very impressive night box score-wise for Cedi Osman. But if you didn't watch this game and you look at his statistics, especially from tonight, you're probably not thinking much of it. So the Cavaliers, for this moment, right now, at this current point, because you've got the bench consisting of Kevin Love, Lamar Stevens, Cedi Osman, and Ricky Rubio, you're fine. Like, the Cavaliers are fine right now. But if they keep stringing together wins, if they remain in the hunt for, like, even a guaranteed playoff seed in the Eastern Conference, that's where I would start to look more towards. I don't know if a trade is necessarily their best route. Maybe it's the buyout market. Maybe it's free agency. Maybe it is a trade. I'm not very sure. I'm not the Cavs GM. And I'm going to let the Cavs GM do his job because, as a lot of you guys keep pointing out, he's done a phenomenal job. The Ricky Rubio trade, people thought that was stupid. I thought that was stupid. Oh my God, was I wrong. The drafting of Evan Mobley. The list can go on and on. The addition of Lauri Markkanen, re-signing Jared Allen. Like, the list goes on and on and on. So I'm going to trust the Cavs GM to make these moves. But I do think if we start to get towards that trade deadline, if we start to get into that month of February and the Cavaliers are still above 500 and they're still a guaranteed playoff seed, that's where I'd be like, you know what? It might not be the worst idea to start looking into getting a consistent 3-point shooter, or at least a consistent shooter off of the bench. Ideally, one who can play a little bit of defense, but, you know, you got to take what you can get. And that's where I do see the issue, where if you bring in a shooter, a guy like Buddy Hield, who's going to mess up your defense, maybe that's not the best option. Who really knows? All I know is this Cavs team, first off, they lost by 1 to the Utah Jazz tonight. The Utah Jazz in the regular season are pretty much equivalent to, like, any championship caliber team in the NBA Finals. Like, the Jazz in the regular season are on a different level. They're just always good. What's their record right now? 16-7. They're just always good. So I know it was a 1-point loss at home, and I know it stings. But keep in mind, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. Things are looking very good for Cleveland. And tonight, if there's such thing as a good loss, I mean, it was exactly this. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys want more Cavaliers content. Appreciate all you guys. All my socials are also down below in the link if you want to check those out. I'll see you guys later tonight.